Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wanderbots Plays Shank. Today I'm going to be punching people with chain gloves, and by that I mean probably switching back to the machete because I'm not really sure if I like these. But I guess they're kind of nice and punchy and enemies tend to fall down a lot, which I'm gonna call some sort of win. It does kind of make it easier to deal with enemies when they are hurtling off of rooftops instead of actually fighting you. But it does make things feel kind of cheap. But let's be honest, who am I kidding? Oh, yep. So you know how I was always having trouble where the enemy would go into like kind of a contention mode where you'd have to press a button? That button is block. It took me, maybe 3/4 of the game to find that one out. Yeah, I'm doing great. I guess the chain gloves have pretty good in terms of like stunning and knockback, which I'm appreciating. I just wish they had a little bit more combo friendliness. But I don't know. We'll see. Well, one frustration I seem to be having occasionally is if you're fighting enemies and they force you to do like a light QTE to get out of something. If it's hidden behind a pillar, you're more or less gonna have to guess it because it's not gonna show it normally. You're gonna have to... Jeez, they sent 3 heavies against me? That just ain't fair. Shotgun. Yeah, I guess the chain fists are pretty good for taking out these guys. Whoops. Yeah. I like the fact that they have the pleasant foreground elements that they do, even if it is pretty simple. Oh, and that's a new type of heavy. I've never seen him before. A little bit burlier on the face and chest area, but just like everybody else in this game, always skips leg day at the gym. Don't skip leg day at the gym. You end up looking weird. Well, for a second I thought I saw a pigeon and I got excited because I don't think we've seen much for animal life in these. Also, I've noticed with the chain fist, if you're kind of floating above enemies, you can, unfortunately due to their lack of reach, you can't do much with it, but you can kind of bounce yourself back upwards by punching down, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but we'll go with it. I also learned between episodes that you could animation cancel by holding the dodge button, and you would switch between using your first attack cycle animation while holding the dodge key, but I think either I'm doing it wrong or they've since patched it because I can't figure it out. So if you're playing this game and somebody tells you to try to use that as an animation cancel, they are probably incorrect. Either that or it's actually for Shank 2 and just they forgot to specify which game they're talking about because... Let's see if I can toss this guy off the building. No! Yes! Aha! Yeah. Now, the more I play the... Oh, he's still down there. I just can't go back for him. Oh well. It's not like there's really much reason to kill enemies in this game apart from continuing on towards your eventual goal. Roof of the Goldfish, okay. It's kind of an odd name for any sort of establishment. Watch it be like a biker pub type deal. Oh boy. Well, let's just avoid those enemies and head for the grenade man. Though I can't pass up a good opportunity to huck a couple people off of buildings. Okay. Admittedly, this is one of those games where you absolutely do not want to have an itchy nose for, and I think I've had an itchy nose for this entire recording. second guessed myself on that one. I was like, shit, don't want to fall off. Shit, shit, shit. Oh. I think he's more of a threat to his allies than I am. Jeez, what kind of maniac would you have to be to just lob grenades at friend and foe alike? I would not want to be friends with anybody in this game. Shank included, technically. Because it looks like most of his buddies are jerks. And I don't want to be a jerk. Wow. This guy just didn't stand much of a chance. I guess the worry is all of his little buddies that will just come and stab you while you're trying to take him down, but... And they're all the same dude, too. Wait, no. They're not an entire army of clones. They're an entire army of 2 sets of clones. Fun fact. I might complain about this a little bit too much, but it gets a little obvious after a while. Yes. Alright, grenades, and did I miss some beer back here? Nope. Okay. Onwards. Well, they're giving you a chain gun, you know something's going down. I wish you could use the... Well... Send Babyface? Oh god. I don't know if any of you know of the golden age of... Or maybe it was more silver age of... Great. American comic book. Oh, it brings me all the way back here. Glorious. Golden or silver age American comic book villain called Babyface. They featured him a little bit in Batman Brave and the Bold, which is kind of cool. But more or less, he was just your classic 1920s American gangster character that, jeez, that has a baby's head for a face, and his wife, of course, is a woman with a man's face. Not exactly saying that it's a terrible concept to go with, but let's be honest, they've done better. And I'm kind of glad they've slowly phased out, especially as a Batman villain, I'm glad they've phased out that kind of antagonist, because, I mean, say what you want about bat nipples, but at least it was kind of not wholly stupid. Whereas, you know, real Golden Age Batman, the original kind of Batman series of movies, before they brought, well, you know, back when Robin really did wear kind of weird little tighties instead of an actual costume, and Batman was just as much stupid as he was silly. I think they've done well for themselves as far as the series has gone. Okay. I'll just sit up here. It's kind of dickish of them to hand you the chain gun and then more or less make you drop it as soon as you drop down maybe 1 foot of distance. But, oh well. I seem to have a little bit more handle on it this time around. Because these enemies aren't difficult, but like in large masses, they're kind of a pain in the butt. Now I'm going to pick this up, and it's going to make me drop it again. Almost immediately. Oh wait, maybe not. Yep. If you're going to give me a chain gun, at least let me keep it for the encounter it was meant for, instead of just immediately making me drop it, because you are against the concept of fun, and no one should be allowed to use chain guns. Though, I will be honest, I wouldn't exactly call this the epitome of gameplay either. I think I'm just over-murdering some poor people that aren't even on the screen anymore. And it won't let me look anymore. Yep. Oh look, I killed some twins. Great. Okay. I do kind of wonder why they give the heavies, you know, your classic police door battering ram instead of something a little bit more sensible from a, I guess, weapon standpoint. If I was going to arm my big heavy bruiser guys, I give them brass knuckles and have them punch a lot instead of a big heavy slow weapon. This is not gonna end well. Yep. Well, back where we started, with full health too. Like, say what you want about this. That's just not even cool. I'll just take the alternate route. Wow, that guy killed himself. It is kind of pleasant that you can actually make the choice to not fight there. It's rarely a game where you'll see where they're just like, yeah, you don't need to fight these guys. But it doesn't tell you it explicitly, like, say, Dishonored would? Oh, surprise. Wow. That new type of heavy, especially in cutscene, kind of looks like a lady, which is freaking me out a little bit. Oh, hey, I was complaining about the lack of animal life. I forgot to mention the rats and the dogs. I don't think that's exactly an improvement. I was kind of hoping for, like, some sort of random pigeon at least. But, eh. This game pretty much does exactly what it sets out to do, and not much more. But I'm not going to complain too much. Except for, I complain a lot. I just still like things. Thank you, Mr. Babyface. Oh, maybe he's supposed to be Babyface. That would make sense. He does kind of have the look to him. I can't even find out where I am. Okay, and back to the stabbing. For a second I thought the guy had a turban and I got very confused. But God, I still can't get over how small the big heavy bruiser guy's legs are. They look silly. And again, it seems like the ideal combo in this game is purely just to jump above and hit them. I'm like, shoot. I'm a kangaroo armed with knives. That's a weird... That would be an interesting game concept. Maybe Lugaroo kind of had that? I mean, it's bunnies, but still. Well, that guy's a flamethrower. That's flamethrower and a grenade launcher and a charging heavy. This game is in pure jerk mode right now. I guess. Yep. And as usual, it seems like the only real tactics available to me are jump and slash and jump and slash and jump and slash and... Ow. Let him kill his own allies. Guess that makes sense, but feels cheap to me. Shit. I don't even want to pick up the grenade. Oh, it's a flamethrower. I don't even want to pick that up. I know it would be a mistake. This is ramping up really fast difficulty-wise. I don't like it. I mean, I can still do it, but I'm resorting to like really weird and cheap tactics instead of actually fighting these enemies as I probably should be. Like the flamethrower over there. I don't even dare pick it up because I know it would just lead to my death. Cutscene time.
I know you can take those guys out. I think we should team up, man. With Falcon gone,
This guy's...
wingman. Please.
This guy... Well then, that's that. I don't know what I expected, but this game, it gave me exactly what I should have expected. There's no amount of I mean, blood that won't go through to. Wait, really? I think we're going after this guy, Angelo, maybe? And he lives in a castle?
What is it, my son?
Oh, he's supposed to be a priest. It's a big church. That makes a lot more sense.
Is he now?
That is a creepy-ass priest man.
Heading this way.
Also, if I were that guy and I was carrying my arm around, I probably would have passed out from blood loss. Or just simply died. But, again, creative license and... showing as much blood as you can possibly go down with. Oh.
Ashes to ashes, my friend.
And then they set the apartment on fire.
I have failed in the eyes of God. Forgive me, Father, for I will sin.
Well, that's a nice line.
I should call you Lazarus.
That is...
I should call you
That is a creepy-ass priest, though. And, oh, of course, you have... I was kind of hoping... Oh, that's a new type of enemy. More kind of the combat SWAT-type people, CQC style. But, looks like they go down just like everybody else. Maybe a little bit more on the dodgy and a little bit more on the... Yep. More dodges. Even more dodging than the, black dudes with the weird mutton chops that I like to point out every once in a while. Am I supposed to go this way? No. Okay. This game follows the convention of you always go right no matter what. There really aren't a whole lot of platformers that actually break the convention of, you know, you always go right to get to the end of the level. And it makes sense from like an American standpoint, but I'm kind of surprised Japanese games really never even went along with that, because, I mean, I think they read from right to left as opposed to left to right like we usually, well, we do in the US, and I guess Europe. I have no idea how Arabic is supposed to be read. I've never bothered much with that language, even if it's kind of pretty. And Indian. That'd be kind of an interesting thing to compare, game design based, like, where a lot of the weird conventions have developed. Maybe it's a product of everybody being, oh, hulking security guards now. And it looks like the usual tactic still remains king. But yeah, I was saying, game design based on, like, cultural habits well before game design ever existed. You know, you can kind of more or less point at the reason why game design is such a male-dominated well, jeez. Why, more or less, wow, his name's just Big. What a name. He does not go down fast, though. At least he dropped some beer. Okay, but game design based on cultural habits. Gaming is very heavy on the male aspect of things, so you're going to get a lot of kind of chauvinist style behaviors and values, which, I mean, not a good thing, but it makes sense from that perspective. This is... Hey! That's probably what popped up earlier. I unlocked a new costume. Oh, so if you get a combo above 100, you get a new costume. Oh. Let's put on our white pajamas. I look really silly. I was expecting this to be a little bit more like Mark of the Ninja, but I guess this game preceded it by a significant amount. Oh, jeez. I don't even... Oh, this guy's named Big too. That's something special. Identical people, identical names. Yeah. So, I believe I'm actually going to be able to complete this game more or less by the end of tonight, unless this game gets significantly longer. I think the episodes are going to get a little bit longer, but I'm not sure if I want to break the convention of one episode per section of the game. Is there anything over here? No. I shouldn't be thinking like a usual platformer style and should just expect things are going to behave more like a hack and slash, so not a whole lot of weird secrets to look out for. Ow. And mostly just keep progressing. Oh, no, he's not going to shoot me there. He just liquefied his own buddy. I do kind of wish they explained these guys, though. It seems like a... Well, it seems like much more of a police forcey type deal, whereas, you know... like... Props for coming out with kind of an interesting mechanic as far as dealing with things, but I really don't appreciate the whole shoot you while you pretty much have no choice but to be doing this section. So mid-air between a more or less pre-scripted jump. Oh, the chain gloves do hell on the bigs. I think that guy was actually named Neil, pleasantly enough. I almost did not make that one. What? That rock... This is not even cool. Yeah, so it looks like the chain fists have the punching power to punch through shields, and the overall power to... Wow, or, you know, just wait for the rockets to finish them off. Though, I get the feeling... Beer, beer, give me the beer. Yeah. Mostly I think I should be dodging here, and letting the rockets liquefy my enemies for me. Because that seems to be a much more effective strategy than sitting around to fight them. Great. Okay. Oh, great. Wait. I'm not really sure what to think about this segment. It's mostly just mash buttons and hope you don't die instead of... Oh, or you can just escape and hope for the best. I guess that works. No, my beer. My beer. I wanted that beer. Mr. Half-Naked Ninja Man wanted that beer. Yeah, the whole rockets while you're... Well, that was just my fault. But the whole rockets while you're more or less stuck in a place that you can't dodge? Really? Oh, I guess I just should not jump at the end of that wall run. But, yeah, as I was saying, the whole rockets, well, you more or less have no option and or ability to dodge, is just a little... It's kind of my whole complaint in Flying, if you've watched my series for that. Punishing without being difficult is not good game design, it's just being obstinate, more or less. You're not creating an interesting experience for people. You're just more or less making them frustrated to extend the lifespan of the game. And, you know, back in the, like, 80s and 90s, I guess they're kind of ninja cops. Weird. But Nigel Slim Roke. That's an interesting name. I saw Roke as Rogue. But yeah, speaking of Rogue, that... and, like, all roguelikes afterwards, that would be an example of both a hard game for the sake of difficulty, but also a hard game by more or less randomly punishing you for your actions. So, you'd... I guess I really haven't played much for Rogue, but NetHack, which is a fairly reputable roguelike that came afterwards, of course. Still same kind of hallmarks, ASCII text-based deal. Right, fist time. But that game, I would say, has kind of the same punishing thing where you'll drink from the well and you'll just die. And it's like, really, there's no amount of skill or preparation I could have had to prevent me from just insta-dying like that. Great. Whereas, I mean, hell, look at a more recent game, Rogue Legacy, which I would say is in no way, shape, or form unfair. Everything you do is within the rules of the game. All enemies more or less follow the rules, and unless you run into a random bug, you're pretty much going to expect the same experience throughout. And you won't die randomly because the game decided to pull a fast one on you. You will simply die because you couldn't dodge fast enough or took too many hits earlier. Or Dark Souls, actually. Dark Souls is a great example of this as well, where you will die and you'll have no one to blame but your own actions. And it's perfect. Whereas, kind of bringing it back into this, those rockets just felt cheap. I felt like I died for no reason and had no real chance to avoid it. Well, let's oh, for a second I thought he was going to do some like weird spider thing and climb up the bell, but I guess we were on top of the bell. Okay, let's see if the usual combat strategy of jump over him and, yep, looks like it. This has been a, I expect he's, every time he does that, he's going to drop, like, the bell on me or something. I guess I more or less have to dodge when he's doing that sort of thing. Oh, what? I guess there are no QTEs for this guy? I really hope so. But he isn't dying fast. So thank you, fire. I'm expecting... Okay, putting the beer right next to the fire is not... Oh, maybe I'm supposed to grapple him. Nope. I guess mostly I just have to dodge behind him and wail on him. Which works. Just makes me feel kinda slimy for it. I was behind him. It goes into slow-mo mode for a reason, and I kind of wish it would tell me why. Maybe I'm supposed to have a katana? No, because you're supposed to get the katana later on at some... Oh, you're supposed to bump him into the fire. What? Oh, grapple instead of pouncing, I think. Almost seems like it's more, more viable for me to just continually switch sides and biff him every once in a while. Nope, it's definitely Pounce. But he does that thing. Maybe there's just such a limited window that I have to deal with. Or in the end, I just end up switching behind him and hitting him a la my usual thing. Dark Souls has ruined me. Pattern recognition in enemies instead of any sort of interesting extra bit. Yeah, see? I don't even know. Watch me just look this up later and realize I'm absolutely stupid. But I seem to be doing fairly okay for myself, even if I can't seem to figure out the main boss mechanic. Which, like, I know how it should work. I just either can't get the timing right, or I'm stupid. But let's just go with, let's stab him to death and ask questions later. I do appreciate that you more or less have invincibility frames as you dodge, though that was not my proudest moment. Yeah, no matter how I time it, I more or less can't do the dive on him, and I have no idea why. Oh, come on. I was behind you. I really hope I don't have to finish him off by throwing him into the fire and diving on him, because that's... Okay, good. Looks like I can kill him the normal way. Well, that's how he dies. Or not? Oh, yep, that's how he dies.
I want him alive.
Well, that wasn't exactly the outcome I was expecting. I was expecting the dude would get crushed by the bell, a la every other time you're fighting in a bell tower against an enemy. God, didn't they even do that? No, never mind. Frollo got tossed off into the flames.
You never failed to impress, Shank. When that bell came down, I thought you'd had it,
Oh,
but you
what?
managed to escape that too.
Happy smile. Time to electrocute, folks. What? Well, that is a face. That'd actually be an amazing character skin, just electrocuted Shank face the entire playthrough.
Are my greatest disappointment, and you are mine.
But honestly, with that priest, I was definitely expecting that the bell would crush him and I'd walk away, just like every other bloody boss battle I've been through. But, Well then, I guess that resolves that. In a less than... Oh great, he's there in the background, and I get a katana. Oh, I see. You grapple enemies, then use your move. Not like I use much for grappling. Maybe that's what I was supposed to do with him, grapple instead of pounce. Looked like the grapple key, though. But either way, I will continue going through the Flaming Mansion of Death and get away from Creeper McCreepsy in the background, who also seems to have skipped leg day, on the next episode of Wanderbots. See you then!